Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is F1 Tonight, Netherlands. I am your host, Daniel Hazzah, Burt. And joining me, as always, the splendiferous, the incredibly majestic Adrian Stats Rich. How are you this evening, sir?
Very well, thank you, Dan. Very well. Thank you for the brilliant introduction. Almost Eddie-like.
As always, I'd like to give you the big up. good to be here with you as always, sir. And we are, of course, here in Bahrain for round 2 of season 7 for the Netherlands League. Should be a good night, as we can see.
Yep, did very, very well. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it always is after the end of the first race anyway. But yeah, you've only got 6 drivers that scored points. So yeah, absolutely, everything to play for. 20 races to go. It's going to be a long season.
Yeah, certainly is. And I do apologise, everybody. Somehow my mic got muted again. I think for some reason the space bar that I pressed to initiate the next PowerPoint paused my mic as well. So apologies. But I was only reading out the names, so you didn't really miss too much. But yeah, as you rightly said, it's especially with everyone down the back having not finished last race. I think we can safe to say we're going to see a lot of changes. P7 down to the back for sure. If not up the front as well.
Indeed.
So going on to the Constructors' Championship. Again, looks much the same. A bit closer though, up the top end, obviously with the likes of the Red Bulls finishing both together in the points. But Hazzah at the top, Nicky carrying them at the moment. His points bring them up to P1. P2 is Red Bull, 25 points for them, only 1 point behind the Hass. Alfa Romeo are 18 points, they're third. Ferrari are fourth with 12. Mercedes fifth with 8 points. And then Rocket Williams, excuse me, the Renault F1 team, Toro Rosso, McLaren, and of course Racing Point all have no points. Racing Point won't have any points until they get some drivers. But those guys didn't score anything last time out, so they come 5th to 10th. A bit more close, isn't it, on this end, I guess you could say. Like you say, only 1 point between the 2 top teams at the moment.
Yeah, it looks it's a pretty interesting battle between those two. Not sure whether it'll be as close as that come the end of the season, but yeah, it's certainly encouraging for both of those teams, and the Alfa Romeo as well, P3.
Absolutely, yeah. Really, even Alfa Romeo down to Mercedes is still very close as well. Could be a lot of change after tonight, and then like we said at the beginning, those 5 teams there with 0 points. Like to see that change quite a bit after tonight's race.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that would definitely change, in fact.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's going to be a lot of jumbling up of the orders after tonight's Grand Prix for sure. Moving on to the track map then. This is the Bahrain International Circuit in Sakir. Circuit length is 5.5 kilometres. And the total race length of 308 kilometres. And the number of laps this evening, 57 laps. So, looking at the track itself, the first sector brings us from the start-finish straight through turns 1, 2 and 3 up to 4. Pretty tricky first sector for the drivers here. Mainly the tricky bits are turn 1 into 2. Turn 1 especially heavy braking zone after that long start-finish straight there between 15 and 1. You want to get yourself lined up nicely for turn 2, and then a good exit up DRS straight for overtaking opportunities into turn 4. And then the sector end just before turn 5. That brings us on to sector 2. The very, very windy part of this track occupies the most corners of the circuit, down from 5 all the way up to more or less turn 13. Again, it goes sort of downhill from turn 4, so it's very high speed all the way down to turn 10, that tricky braking zone of turn 9 into 10, downhill and turning as well, so hard to avoid a tyre lock up there. You want to brake straight down into turn 10, and again that unleashes you onto another DRS zone between 10 and 11, so more overtaking opportunities there if you can get your car lined up nicely behind someone into turn 10. And then running uphill again from 11 all the way to 13, turn 12 in particular being a big zone there where you can lose a lot of drivers in a Grand Prix here, because those curbs are just deadly. You get on one curb and it's game over. The car just spins around and you're into one of the barriers, so not ideal there. Need to be very careful through that complex of corners. And then sector 3 brings us down from turn 13 all the way back to the start finish. Pretty simple sector in comparison to the other two, but again 14 and 15, another sort of tricky double right-hander there. You want to get that 14 just right to unleash you onto the start of your quali lap, or indeed just another lap in the race to get your lap times consistent and consistently quick as well. That is a lap of the circuit here. The speed trap is just before turn 1, of course, on the start finish straight, that fastest part of the circuit, and the first DRS section zone there just before turn 1. As I said before, that activates then after turn 3 all the way up to turn 4. And the second detection point is before turn 9, and that activates between 10 and 11. And the third zone there just before turn 14, and that runs the whole length of the start finish straight there. So, Adrian, sir, what are your thoughts on this track?
Personally, it's one of my favourites of the calendar. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to do more than a lap and a half of it on Tuesday. Spun at turn 2 and then retired due to a glitch, which is really annoying. But that's one of those things. You just got to live with it and move on.
Yeah, indeed.
But yeah, this is personally a big favourite of mine.
Yeah, one of mine actually as well. I find it quite hard on some reason. I can't seem to do a quicker lap on the softs than I can on the medium. I don't know why. I can't just get the softs to work. So it's one of those funny tracks for me in terms of getting the tyres to work. But a track I really like as well. I find it's one of those ones you get the corners tied up all nice and get a good lap in. It feels really good around this track in particular.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We often talk about tracks or circuits flowing with the the way that the corners sort of follow on from each other. You know, you mentioned that it's tricky turn 11 and 12, but yeah, if you do get that right, it does feel very, very, very nice indeed.
Indeed, yes, very, very nice. So that completes our overview of the championships and of course tonight's track. Adrian, may I hand over to you just to run through our runners and riders whilst I get over to the race live?
Yes, absolutely. That's not a problem, sir.
Fantastic.
So just running through in the order that they've currently set their times. We've got Sildervit in the McLaren. His teammate is here as well, Nisham Hundersting. Same teammate as last season. Damien Hartman and Baz Den Breyen in the Alfa Romeos there, currently running P2 and 3 in this session. Then we've got Sander Hermans in P4 in the Ferrari. His teammate, Boy Williamson, is also present. John Donkel in the Toro Rosso. His teammate doesn't exist. That was it. I was trying to think. There was one driver that doesn't have a teammate, and it's John. Guido Urshan and Marcel Dronig both racing for Red Bull. They're both in this race. Nicky Visser, the Season 6 champion and race winner from Australia, he is present. He's in the Haas tonight. Ari Kopp and Martin Pardecuper, they're both in the Williams. They're both racing. Paul Correa in the Mercedes. Mark Stappers in the Renault. And Miguel Torni, in the other Mercedes. So it's 15 riders tonight.
Indeed, yeah. Yeah, it's not a bad turnout. I think, how many did we have last week?
We had 13.
Indeed, yes. No better turnout than last week, which is always nice.
Mm-hmm.
And Sildervit looking pretty good, as he always normally does in qualifying, doesn't he? Leading the way at the moment, the 128.7.
Yeah, he does. Bit of a quali specialist.
Yeah, he is.
Still. unfortunately, you don't get any points for it.
No, yeah, that's the only thing. Uncle is retired, I presume. Is that in the pits, or is he crashed out?
Stand by. I think that is in the pit lane. Oh my!
We have got a yellow sector, so I'm not quite sure if that was on track.
Oh no! Yeah, negative. It's on track. It's showing me on telemetry. He was on track. He hasn't got the spanner next to him.
And Zonderherman?
Zonderherman was in the pit. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Was in the pit.
That's always good. So they're also opting to retire. Again, pretty happy with it. Excuse me, pretty happy with his lap time there. Of course, actually, in fact, all these drivers are going through to Q2, aren't they? So
they are indeed. Yeah.
More or less a extra practice session for them. Although we do, of course, here at F1 Tonight want to run within 107% of the P1 time.
Yep.
They should all be pushing. Williamson there, I think, is he on a lap at the moment, or is he getting set up? I think he's getting set up for a lap.
Yeah, he's getting set up. Just for clarity, that 107% rule that you mentioned there, it's, obviously drivers have to set a time within 107% of the fastest time. That sounds difficult. It's really not. 107% of the current pole time is roughly 1:35. So all drivers well within that limit.
Yeah, you've got to be going pretty slow or not really trying very hard to fall outside that bracket, like you say.
Yeah.
Riding on board with Boy at the moment, seeing how he takes the circuit. Going through sector 1 now. I don't know what you think. I think turn 5 is one of those corners in particular where you want to get it just right to bring you into that downhill section.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, it's another one of those flowing flowing sections. If you do get it right, it's absolutely beautiful.
Indeed.
But it's very easy to get it wrong and drift off to the left into what I call the swimming pool, even though it's
that large blue bit. Yeah.
It's just how I always remember it. That's all.
No, yeah, I think that sounds pretty good to me. Just watching Boy there take turn 9 and 10 a second ago, very nicely. To mention that in the track overview, one of those harder corners to do. Goes purple through sector 2 as well. On the soft tyre.
Yep. It's also faster than Stu in the first sector, although that's not actually his personal best first sector.
Oh, okay.
Expect this to be top.
Yep. 28.6, very nice. Still only a excuse me, only a 10th off the back there. Those two need to do.
All drivers, by the way, in the third sector, very, very, very close. Only 2/10 between the fastest and slowest third sector.
Wow. All drivers, of course, have run a laps. That's 15 drivers all separated by a couple of tenths. Very nice. Interestingly enough, everyone's running the soft tyre in Q1. I must be like a unicorn driver in that sense, because I never run the soft tyre in Q1. I do a Dylan Platt almost. I always go for the hard. It never really works for me. I feel like you should get faster as you go through rather than starting on the fastest tyre. I don't know, that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, you're not alone in that. Me personally, out of 21 races of a season, I probably use the soft for 18 of those Q1 sessions. Yeah, and then the hard for the other 3.
Yeah.
But,
I don't know. I feel like it's just a nice one to kind of feel the hard tyre out and see how it how you can kind of how you run with it, and then move on to medium for Q2 normally, or depending on what my strategy is, and then obviously soft for Q3 if I get there, of course. Just seeing Nicky Visser there go fast, it's a 1:27.945, so the first one to breach that 1:27 barrier. Of course, expecting Nicky to do well tonight.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he really dominated last season here at Bahrain. It was a sort of the start of the end, even though it was only in race 2, because he went on to win. He won this race, then won the next 4 races after that. And then, of course, ended up winning the championship as well. So, Yeah, I think depending on how this one goes, this could set him up very nicely for the rest of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, it did close up, didn't it? Sort of towards the middle of the end of the season, and then kind of spread away a bit.
Yeah, it did. His season reminded me a lot of actually Jenson Button's championship winning.
I was just going to
season.
say Braun, winning a lot of the first race and then kind of teetering off a little bit at the end.
Yeah, but still, did enough, more than enough to clinch the championship.
Yeah.
Took it to the final race as well, though, didn't he? And Abu Dhabi.
Yep, certainly did. Yeah, I think won it in Brazil, didn't he? So one race earlier.
Apologies, yeah, one race earlier. Sorry.
So I didn't know if you talk about Jensen or if you talk about Nicky, because I think
No.
Oh no, Jensen did it in the last race, didn't he? Brazil, which was the last race still then, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Bubba's still running round at the moment. Breakoff and Martin Party Cooper and the Williams both out.
Party Cooper's had a lot of experience in F1 tonight. Netherlands, been with us since season 3, actually, off the top of my head.
Yeah.
It's also one of the few drivers who use no assist and in cockpit view every race.
Wow. That's impressive.
Oh, no it isn't. No it isn't, because it's Mark Staffers that does that.
Oh, okay.
but Party Cooper is still as experienced as Staffers.
I mean, yeah, cockpit view, that's something. Comes down to start finish. I wonder if he would I wonder which one makes you quicker. I wonder if you'd be quicker if you went to the T-cam for one.
Yeah, I have tried.
Throw him off.
I have tried the various cameras. For me, it is the T-cam that is the quickest. I've tried cockpit. I can be quick, but I'm not confident because I just can't see the front of the car. So it's being able to sort of hit the apexes. It's just whatever you're used to, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there is something nice about the cockpit view. Again, I don't think I'd fancy it around places like Monaco.
I don't know though. Once you get in the zone in cockpit
view,
and you get a really good flow going. It can feel amazing. Spirit of Senna.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. One-handed. I can pull Quarry, the only two drivers out on track at the moment.
Stappers is out as well.
Yep.
Oh, that's what you said, wasn't it, Mark and Gray?
Yeah. Oh, Paul now coming into the pits, probably to... I would have thought, yeah, only 10 seconds left in the session, so... That's Q1 over and done with. Nicky Visser leading the way at the moment with a 1:27.945. Again, pretty close between the top three. Sort of bit of a gap after that, but again, the tyre changes there. Mediums for Damie Hartman and Baz Den Brain, so... Now, strategy-wise, Adrian, what would you be thinking for Q2?
For Q2, probably the medium tyre would be the ideal starting tyre. It's the tyre that last season's race winner, as I mentioned, Nicky Visser, he started on. I think he went medium, soft. And that is the preferred strategy, I think, and we'll see that for most of the drivers. There's a couple of alternatives though that do work just as well, and that's soft to hard, or indeed hard to soft, if you can if you can do that. Yeah,
indeed, I think we saw the likes of Dylan Platt trying that strategy, didn't we, in Tuesday's race.
It's also the same strategy he attempted in the Cross League race, if you remember that.
Oh, yep. Indeed.
Which was at Bahrain.
It was, yeah.
Incidentally, the highest placed Dutch driver in that race was Nicky Visser. He finished P6.
Yeah, we had enough drivers in the middle area though, didn't we, to scrape the win? I say scrape it. We won by like 40 points, didn't we? So did
yeah,
right.
43 points. I think it was.
Yeah, I think I would also opt to do mediums for Q2. I said earlier, I tend to go faster on it for some reason than any other tyre. I just can't make the soft work.
It's quite a common thing. At Australia, I can't get the mediums to work at all, so it's fairly soft or hard, really viable for me to.
Yep.
One thing drivers should probably take into account as well, actually, when thinking about their strategy, is safety cars. We've seen a vast number of safety cars in the sort of 3 races we've had. You know, the two at Australia last week for UK and NL, and then Tuesday's race for UK. Yeah, I think we've had 10 safety cars within those 3 races.
Yeah, indeed, that's a good point actually, because obviously some people could play into that expected safety car element and just go on a different compound to start with, couldn't they? Really?
Yep. Also means you can push perhaps a bit harder than you might normally in, say, a Grand Prix race, or when you're just doing your practice, because you know, or you think you know, or you can assume that a safety car will come out and save you, and you won't have to waste too much time. Or if the safety car comes out early, then that allows you to just sort of cruise around a few laps and get a few extra laps out of them. Yeah, you can put that into your strategy.
It's a gamble, though, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Betting on it coming out, but I think, like you say, with the couple of races we've had so far, both 2 in F1 tonight UK, and then obviously the Australian Grand Prix last Thursday for the Netherlands, it's quite a common thing to see now, isn't it?
Yep. Especially since that infamous update.
Indeed. Yeah. All in all, though, I think I'm pretty happy with the addition of it. Certainly made it more interesting.
Oh yeah, it gives me or drivers like me who perhaps aren't as quick as some of the others a genuine chance at decent points.
I think not only that, it gives everyone a shot, doesn't it? Really, because it can throw things up so much that people right at the back can end up at the front, and people at the front at the back, and it can really mess up the order. So.
And also, if you had an incident on lap 1, it's not the end of the world, because the safety car will probably come out. Yeah.
Of course, before the update, it would never have happened. You have a car stopped on track and it doesn't care. So it's certainly a more realistic addition to the game, anyway.
Yeah. I was just to say, I'm just watching Party Cooper drive around in the Williams at the moment. I'm noticing a lot of front camber on that car. It's not normally so noticeable. I think he's got that cranked all the way up.
Yeah, I've just seen that as well. One of those stanced cars you see the drum and bass playing out.
I mean, high camber is good for this circuit. There are lots of cambered turns, and yeah, you do need that sort of angle to maintain the contact patch with the surface of the track. Yeah. Having said that, it really does kill your tyres.
Yeah. Again, I'm agreeing because I know it's true, but I'm just agreeing because I know because I have no idea really.
I saw Eddie used to do it all the time. Don't worry about it.
I've told you many a time. It's the internet for me that tells me my strategies, my setup.
Just smile and nod, Dan. Smile and nod.
Yeah, smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
Sander Herman's gone top with the first time, 29-0.
Yeah, seeing that. It's ahead of Bonkel there, who set the first hot lap. Ori Kopp with 130.2. Nicky Visser there, 129.9 as well. Just come across the start-finish
That's on the hard tyres for Nicky.
Wow. That's impressive. Let's have a look at the fitted tyres there. Yeah, you can see. Only one out there on the hards at the moment, so... Dylan Platt style, I think, for Nicky tonight.
Or possibly.
Yeah,
looks like there's about 8/10 between the hard and the medium tyre, so I'd say probably Sander Hermans is a little bit quicker, sort of pound for pound, on that lap.
Seen Martin Pardy Cooper there come across the line on the soft tyre with a 1:29.9, so not much quicker than his teammate there on the harder compound, but I did see the start of his lap. He got turn 1 a bit wrong. So I think definitely some time to find that lap. For sure, for Martin. And in other news, I'm observing the stream on the YouTube display here, and it looks pretty smooth.
Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it.
Touch wood. For those who don't know, I am fully wired in tonight. We have the Xbox and PC all plugged into the internet, and the only thing using Wi-Fi right now is the stream between my Xbox and my PC. Hopefully, we should be a lot smoother than previous live streams tonight.
Yeah, it's been quite bitty in the past, but I'm sure.
Bitty. Yeah, it's been pretty rough to say the least. This was my last chance to keep my job here at F1 tonight. So hopefully we can have a good stream so I don't get sacked.
For the viewers that think he's joking, he's not.
This was generally it.
And incidentally, completely unrelated, but if anybody is free to stream races on Thursday nights at 7:30, then just give me a message.
Well, now I don't know if it's a joke or not anymore. Are you actually seeking my replacement actively on stream?
As if, Dan. As if.
Mark Stapper's here as he comes around the last corner to go on his first hot lap. Yeah, that tricky that it looks turn 1, isn't it? That heavy braking zone and trying to get that apex just right.
Yeah, that's right. And if your suspension's not set up right, you can find on the bit like myself on the exit of turn 2. If the anti-roll is a bit too soft, it can throw your car, or throw the rear of the car especially, outwards when just as you accelerate, and the inertia will just spin you around.
Yeah, and it's almost calendar-esque, isn't it, that corner, in terms of it? You need to get that turn 1 correct to set you up well for turn 2.
Yeah. I was actually battling with Tony Foster into turn 1. And he defended the position very well, and because I was focused more on that rather than turn 2. That's what caused it.
Yeah, lost the back end, didn't you, out of turn 2, I think, which is easily enough done. Turn 2 seems to be a very low traction corner.
It just
you
goes
put your
to
foot
show
down a bit too soon.
Yeah, it just goes to show how much concentration is required every lap from these guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Boy Williamson now for Ferrari is beginning his lap. He's on the same tyre as his teammate Sander Hermans. See how he gets on here.
This has put the soft tyre on his car, still in the pit at the moment, but
okay,
he's prepared.
He's ready. Of course, we've still got 4 drivers here to set a time, which could see him put down as far as P9 at the moment, if they all go quicker. Boy looking, I think he's purple in 1 there.
That's incorrect. He's
okay.
third fastest. Yeah, it's doing that thing again.
Yeah.
It lies.
It's alright when you're in the car, because it's almost like a confidence boost. Wow, I'm so fast! Then you get to the end and you're P10.
Can I just say, Sander Hermans, currently P1, he is actually purple in all 3 sectors. He's really got his circuit nailed down.
Yeah, he has. Sure.
Oh, that is a legitimate purple win too.
Hey.
Though. That is a quarter of a second up on Sander Hermans, and he's a tenth down in the first sector. So overall, yeah, 0.15 faster. I expect this to be under 29, 129.
Have a look. The last couple of corners there look good for him. DRS opening as he comes across the start-finish line. 129.022. Those Ferrari boys very closely matched. Looking good there. Bit of off-roading there for boys. He comes round turn 1 and 2. not taking any crap.
Two of the fastest drivers really in this league, Boy Williamson and Sander Hermans, and to have them both on the same team, I really do expect them to be well up there for the Constructors' Championship this season. They are definitely one of my favourites.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, it looks like a very strong pairing there for sure.
Yeah, the other strong one for me is the Alfa Romeos, Baz Den Bree and Damien Hartmann. Damien Hartmann, season 5 champion. Baz Den Bree finished runner-up in 4 seasons and won the Constructors in 5 seasons. So yeah, all 4 drivers there, Boy Williamson, Sander Hermans, Damien Hartmann, Baz Den Bree, all have won races. And in the case of Hartmann and Den Bree and Constructors as well.
Yeah, very, very pairing there. Interesting enough though, to speak about those two. You had to set a lap. Both cars in the garage. Well, that's a Mercedes firing up, I think. That's Paul Quarret coming out again.
I've got Damien Hartmann registered as on track, although it's not showing me in game.
I'm not also not on the track map. I'm not seeing any dark red dots flying around. So, approaching the end of Q2 now. The drivers will be coming out to set their last ditch attempts to keep themselves in for Q3. 5 drivers in total will be out. Still de Wit, actually, I didn't see that, but retiring early on. I don't know if that was on track or in the pit.
That was on track. That was on track. He's only registered sector 1
Oh,
time.
wow, okay. It's a shame, because he was quickest in Q1, I saw earlier.
Damn, shame we didn't see that. It'd be really gutted to not be going through it. I would have certainly had him for favourite for pole position.
Yeah, definitely. You said he's a bit of a quali specialist, isn't he? So I would have to agree with you on that one. Both Alphas now, though, coming out on track. Possibly a bit of towing tactics in play, maybe, but I'll probably opt for a no on that one, just because there's not much time for them to kind of swap positions over 2 laps.
No, perhaps
tow
not.
each other, so
yeah, left it a little bit late.
Unless they've agreed for somebody to be inherently quicker than the other driver, maybe they might give them a tow.
To be quite frank, I don't think either of these drivers really need a tow to go through here.
No.
Plenty capable of taking the top time in this session completely on their own.
They are quite close though. No. Something at foot here.
Oh, big mistake there from Hartmann, actually.
Yeah, just
at 12.
Did he lose the back end and run off, or did he just run wide?
It looked like he was just about to lose the back end and caught it.
Yeah, we mentioned in the track overview there, I think that was turn 12, wasn't it? That happened. Again, any of that, I mean, even on track you can lose the car, but those curbs especially, if you touch any of them, it's more or less instant spin.
Yeah, it's just so unforgiving, this circuit.
Yeah. Yeah, not sure if that was any part of Damien Hartmann going off track there in 12, but the 2 drivers not giving each other a tow, but still very close on circuit nonetheless. Baz leading Damie round at the moment, 3 sets of 1. Nick on board with Baz, see how he gets on. I'll get the right name tag, there we go. I don't know, was that a legit purple through 1?
That was 27.988. His first driver to go under 28 seconds in that first sector.
Very nice. Oh, I'm getting a very, very silky smooth turn 9 and 10 there.
That's deceptively difficult to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyone who's watching has driven this track in game, they'll know.
First sector from Damien Hartman was 28.1, 2/10 slower than his teammate. It's another purple though from Den Brian, 38.1. In fact, it's almost exactly the same time from his teammate as well in 2.
Right, very close then so far. Sector 3 it will be to decide who comes in front of the other.
Yeah, these are going to be around the 28.5 mark, both of these drivers.
Here comes Baz. 27.8. Very nice. 28.2 there from Davey.
That last sector was 4/10 faster than anybody else by
Wow.
Bahrain.
So the two Alfa Romeos going for the same strategy then. Soft to start with.
Yeah.
Probably a soft to hard run, do you think? Do you think they'll stay the same strategy, or do you think they'll change?
Well, this is it. They've got the option now, haven't they? Because they're starting on the soft, they can viably go soft, medium, or soft, hard, depending on what happens during the race.
Yeah, indeed.
With safety cars and things like that. So, yeah, I mean, lots of people like to go for the harder tyres in Q2 to keep the options open, but in this case, it's actually the softer tyre you want to be able to do that.
Yeah. Guido Ocean. Oh, he's not going to have enough time. Well, he was on a lap, but I think he's had to stop there.
Oh, sorry, Dan. Dinky Visser's just set the fastest time. He's gone on the soft tyre as well.
1:27.80. That could be a nice pole battle there between Baz Denbrain and Nicky Visser. Yeah, Damie, of course. Far off the mix. Guido still running his McLaren helmet. Yet to change that.
So drivers dropped out then. Miguel Torni and Paul Perret, both Mercedes. Ishay Mahadasing, Martin Pardicuba and Sil de Wit. So both Mercedes, both McLarens and Williams not through to Q3.
Indeed, yeah.
Don't often see the McLaren start from the back of the grid. I'm quite curious to see how they fight their way through the field. It might actually benefit them to be in that position.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't mind personally starting a bit further back. It just saves you getting caught up in the chaos at the front normally. So yeah, we'll see how they get on. As you mentioned, Adrian, John Donkel, Miguel Torni, Paul Quarret, Nisha Mahadwasing, Martin Pardy Cooper, as well as Sil de Wit, not getting through. John Donkel, I'm not quite sure why he didn't get through there.
I think he must have crashed. I haven't got him as DNF'd in the session, but he must have crashed on track for him to not be through.
Well, interesting. So 9 drivers there making it through to Q3. And a pretty big gap there between the times, really. The top 3 all there within 4/10, and then 1.2 seconds after that between 4 down to P9.
Well, that's a combination of the softer tyres, of course, and track evolution as well. All those top 4 drivers set those times in the last few minutes of the session.
Indeed. All drivers will be going for that soft tyre this third quali session to determine pole position. So, before you ask me, who have you got? Who's your man on the front?
My man at the front is Sander Hermans for this race.
Yep. Okay, I am saying I'm going with Boy.
Fair enough. So both the Ferraris then.
Yeah.
Favourites for pole.
It takes the pole.
Classic.
Never gets old.
I sometimes watch that stream.
Just for a laugh.
Just for a laugh, yeah. The season 2 F1 Tonight UK draw. Just watch that back for old time's sake.
Yeah.
Available on our channel, of course.
This one's not been copyrighted yet after the Wheel of Fortune escapade.
Not yet, no.
No. Case. A lot of drivers with a lot of points to score tonight. As we mentioned earlier, only 6 drivers having scored points, didn't they, last time out in Australia?
Yeah, that's right. Well, plenty of opportunity to do it here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Although it's easier said than done.
Yeah. I expect a lot to change in the Drivers' Championship after tonight's race, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. And hopefully, as we alluded to earlier on with the safety cars and things, hopefully when drivers do have an incident but don't retire, they don't lose faith and confidence that they can still score points, because it's very likely for there to be a number of safety cars. There's plenty of opportunity to get back up, and get back in the fight again. Absolutely,
yeah. Well, you're a big preacher of it, but certainly it's such a good point to make, that staying in the game until the very end is so important. Get the lap data up. I don't know how Guido is looking there through sector 1.
It's 28.2 from Guido, which makes him the 4th fastest on the track at the moment. Fastest, though, is Baz Den Breyen, his teammate from last season.
Ah, very interesting.
27.9. It's almost the exact same time he set in the previous session.
Indeed, yeah. What was it? Sector 1 was a 27 something, wasn't it, last time?
Yeah, 27.9. I think it was 27.975. It said 27.977 this time.
Well, consistency's good then. So just watching Guido now as he comes across the start-finish line. He's going to go 1:28.7. Original pole, but Baz Den Breyen beats that immediately at 1:27.9.
This is quick as well.
Yeah, 28.3. Cop 29.3, P4 at the moment.
P6, Damien Hartman looks fast as well. He's purple in sector 2.
Oh, 28.2. 3 tenths off his teammate. That's a 1-2 for Alfa Romeo at the moment. Don Herman P4, 1:28.6. Got Marcel Droning, coming across the start-finish straight now, 28.9.0. Those two nicely matched.
Boyd Williamson fastest in sector 2 at 38.1. His first sector time is 3 tenths down on Baz. This may split the Alphas though.
Oh, see how he gets on. He's going to finish that lap now. Yeah, like you said, 28.2 splits the Alfa Romeos. Look at that, 1,000th in it. Between those two, very close. Mark Stapper's just crossed the line before him. He's P9 at the moment at 1:29.7.
Yeah, everyone's in their cool down phase at the moment, all in laps.
2 tenths again, still close like it was in Q2, only 2 tenths between the top 3. Nicky Visser not far out that gap, 4 tenths to him. Van Herman 6 tenths. Again, that's an amount of time I'd expect them to probably find in the that second hot lap to get the car tuned in.
Yeah, and track evolution again is so important as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sometimes it can be a whole second difference between the fastest lap that you can set in the opening minute and the lap that you set in the end of the session.
Yeah.
All because of a bit more rubber being on the track.
I think also it's having more confidence as well on that second lap than you had on the first one.
Yep.
Being able to build on that first lap. Knowing where the car reacts well, where it doesn't.
Absolutely.
Sometimes just doing it completely differently, just throwing the car at the track like you wouldn't do before helps.
Mm-hmm.
I expect that P7 to P9 to change a bit as well. There's not much time in those two.
No,
Mark actually
no.
closing him up there. It was 1.7 seconds difference between him and the leader now, only 1.3, so he's really close there to Ari Kopp in the Williams.
Yep. Yeah, and I expect him to improve that again in his last stint in Q3.
Yeah, certainly.
Ari Kopp as well, I think, can go quicker.
Yeah, I'd have thought so. Guido then leads us out again. It's probably final hot lap. Probably got time to do 2 more though, I would have thought.
Yep.
I don't know how many tires he's got left. Lander Herman's also coming back out.
And Nicky as well.
Yep. Yeah, Nicky Visser in the Haas also will be the third one to start his second hot lap. All the cars are coming back out now. There's Boy Williamson as well coming back out on track. How do you normally play it in Q3? Do you, or if you're in Q3, do you try and get more than 2 laps in, or?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't been in Q3 actually very many times in my 23 Grand Prix that I've had. I think I've only made it in there 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, in those times, yes, I normally sort of do a little tester lap on the first run, a quicker lap on the middle one, and then just give it absolutely everything I can in the final stint.
Yeah.
Doesn't always work, but
Do what works for you. I think, as you know, I tend to go just guns blazing from get-go. I must be fastest.
That's reminiscent of Hans Vanderberg, actually, who is not with us tonight.
Oh, so again, Nicky will have to do all the Haas again today. He was with us last week, though, wasn't he, Hans? I think.
He was, yeah.
One of the many non-finishers, I think.
Oh, Sander Herman's just set a 27.988 in the first sector. That's the second fastest first sector, and he's only the second driver to breach that 28-second mark for that point.
Very good. Guido actually let... No, sorry, Guido. That was Marcel Joining that was letting Nicky through. So Guido's still going to be the first one, I think, to cross the line here.
Yeah, and it is an improvement for him.
Yeah.
See where he jumps up to.
It was 600s up there in sector 2, I think.
It's going to be P4, I think.
Oh, no. Well, it was an improvement. It was only 800ths of a second, though. Okay. Don't know if that actually, if it was invalid or if he actually got that time added on.
Nicky's purple in sector 2.
Ramzana, though, he's about half a second up. P2 for him. Oh, 100th off the back of Baz Dembray at the moment. And Damien Hartman are also improving at 4/10 improvement for him. He's now only 2/10 off the back of those front runners. Nicky goes P2. Oh, look how close it is. 100th off.
Just 15 thousandths between P1 and P3.
Indeed. Boy, I think this boy has just... I think he must have got that first hot lap wrong, so he's now winding up for a quick lap now.
Yeah, Damien just coming around the last corner. He's very quick in the first sector, fastest in the middle. This might go pole.
This could be it. Looks good. Yeah, pole position. 1:27.6. Nice time. Damien Hartman there.
Alfa Romeo's really on form today.
Yeah, absolutely. See if Boy can spoil their day though. Going through sector 1 now, about to finish that sector, see how he looks.
28.0 to beat is set at 28.2.
Yeah. Oh no! Oh, don't lose it, Boy! Oh, he's invalidated it, I think.
Yeah, it's invalid. Yeah, it's invalid.
Ah, nightmare.
Nearly went for a drink in
Yeah.
the non-existent swimming pool.
Yeah. Ah, he'll be disappointed with that, but still, P5 as it stands. Still droning.
Oh, but sorry, Baz has gone top. Baz has beaten Damie. Where did that come from?
Yeah, I don't know. Didn't see that. Okay.
It wasn't his fastest first sector, but yeah, it was purple 2 and 3. And sorry, I did not see that.
No, I didn't either. Very nice from Baz. Mark Stapper's just cut that last corner, so he's not going any quicker. I think that about does it. Boy's just going to miss out on the chance at another lap time. That's annoying.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
He wouldn't have had enough ERS or fuel
no,
to
yeah.
set one anyway.
So Bahrain leads Alfa Romeo's 1-2, their first of the season. I think first of probably a few, I think we'll see over the course of season 7.
Yep.
27.659. His teammate only 100th of a second behind him. It's always good to see teammates close together. Of course, your closest rival is always your teammate.
Yep. That's what they say.
Yeah.
Incidentally, Bahrein has more pole positions than any other driver in F1 tonight, Netherlands.
Very good.
Over his career.
Yeah, and he adds to that tally tonight. Still, though, pretty close further down the order. Nicky Visser and Zander Hermans. Very close there. Only 4 thousandths of a second between those two. The boy will be disappointed not being able to get that last hot lap together. Using the back end through the swimming pool, as Adrian aptly names it. Again, Ari Kopp and Mark Stapper is very close again, as they were, I think, in Q2 as well. So, could be close between those two on track tonight.
Yeah, I think it will be. Yeah, that'll be a battle to keep an eye on.
Yeah, certainly will. 2 Red Bulls a bit further apart, but I think Marcel couldn't really get that lap together in Q3, similar to Boy. So, a bit deceiving, that gap there. I think they're actually a bit closer on terms of pace than that. So there you go. Bahrain leads the way. Pole position for him. Very, very quick time indeed. Off tyre.
So remarkably close between the 2 Alfa Romeos.
Yeah. Amy Hartman there in second. Nicky Visser third. Zander Herman fourth. Boy Williamson is fifth. Guido Urshan sixth. Marcel Droning is seventh. Ari Kopp eighth. And Mark Stapper's P9. They're still having the 2-minute delay, are they, between the qualifying and the start?
I believe so. I'll keep you updated as to an actual start time.
Okay. Right, I'm going to ask you a bit of a different guessing question this time around. What what lap do you think we'll see the first safety car on?
Oh, lap 1.
Lap 1.
Lap 1.
Okay. I'm gonna say lap 6.
Copy.
Complete random guess. I think sometimes the Dutch guys are just a bit more composed into turn 1 than the UK boys.
I don't know what you mean.
Oh no, not at all. I didn't watch the stream on Tuesday. I have no idea what happened there. And no doubt we will see one tonight, then, that's for sure.
John Donkle's reported a glitch to me, but I can't quite work out what it is.
Yeah, I think it was. He got a little penalty, didn't he? I saw it at the top of the screen. I'm not quite sure what it was for. Oh no, invalidated that time. I don't understand. Finally, giving a nice big Hazzah! Hazzah to you.
And stats. Oh no, I didn't.
Huzzah! And stats! Hazzah and stats, back at it again.
Is that...
Stats and huzzah.
Doesn't quite work.
Sorry, around it. Fuck all.
That's him, isn't it?
Yep. Yep. So, good luck to you, Ryan, mate. Uncle there saying thanks, and Sildavit saying, well, that went well. Yeah, not ideal still, but still 57 laps to go, mate. Plenty of time to get back up to the front.
It's still time for Sil Devin.
There is still time for Sil Devin. That was his nickname over the Brazilian Grand Prix when we thought Sil might Devin. Not the case. I think he crashed out, didn't he? Qualified really well, just didn't finish very well. Still getting the excellent connection little graphic there on the YouTube screen, so all looking good.
Sounds good. Sounds good to me as well. Which is
yeah. So far the Skype hasn't gone to poo yet. So normally at this point we have to hear each other, so that's always good.
Yeah. have to do the stream by text.
Yeah.
They're going to ready up at 21:30 local time. That's 20:30 for UK viewers.
Okay, that's good. Otherwise, we'll be waiting here for an hour and 2 minutes. Fill the time by showing some art across the screen from Adrian. I'm not quite sure if we ever asked this, but I'm going to ask you it anyway. Who do you think will win the race?
Win the race will be Baz than Brain.
Oh, very nice.
Alpha's just looking far too strong for me, so
yeah.
I think it's going to be Baz.
They are looking pretty saucy. As of course the master strategist, isn't he?
Absolutely. Although
it's not often you see him at the front, though, is it?
Well, we did see him make quite a big mistake, didn't we, at Australia last week?
Yeah. Indeed.
Unforced driver error. Don't really. I can't recall any other time I've seen that from Baz in the 50 races I've seen of his.
Yeah.
Who are you going for the win?
Well, I'm inclined to agree with you, Adrian. It could be Baz as well. Like you say, those Alfa Romeo are looking pretty strong.
I don't think you're allowed to agree with me under F1 Tonight rules.
Very good. In that case, I'm saying... well, I feel like it's always easy just to say Nicky. I'm not going to say it. I'm not doing it.
Don't do it.
I think I'm going for Zander Herman.
Well, yeah, that is a good call.
Someone's on the crowd. "15 runners for tonight's race. Getting underway now. Run through our runners and riders here for you before they begin the race. They're leading us around turn 1 at the moment. Baz Brian for Alfa Romeo. P2, also in the Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo's 1-2 tonight. Damie Hartman. P3, In the lone Haas this evening, Nicky Visser. P4 is Zander Herman in the Ferrari. And again, his teammate, Boy Williamson, lines up behind him, P5. Again, really helping my OCD out here. All the teams lining up side by side. Guido Urshan is P6. And Marcel Droning, P7. Ari Kopp qualifying well, P8.
Yeah, impressive stuff from him.
Indeed. And Mark Stapper's behind him, P9. Don Donkle rounding out the top 10 there in P10. P11, Miguel Tawney. For Mercedes. And his teammate. Thank you, Paul, for lining up right behind him. In the other Mercedes there, P12. Nishay Mahadwa Singh for McLaren. He's P13. And Martin Party Cooper in 14th for Williams. And they're bringing up the rear after his accident there in qualifying. Sildevit in the other McLaren there, P15. That's all our drivers for this evening. To come round, well, both the Alfa Romeos fighting for pole position there as they come round to the start finish line. Damie says, "No, I want it." I've seen cars fighting for their grid spots before. First, expect them to be racy as we go lights out tonight. So here come the final few drivers lining up in their grid spots. Grid spots. So here we go. 5 lights. 5 lights, and away we go! Oh, Baz not getting a very good start there, bogging down a bit. Damien Hartman right up into P1 there. Nicky Visser also taking that place, so does Zander Herman. Baz fall back a bit there. Great start for Damien though, he leads the way around turn 1. Zander Herman's up P2. Baz
Collision
further back.
Collision in the backfield, I think that was Parda Cooper just tagged the back of Paul Correa, I think it was.
Yeah, Mark Stappers has gone around as well. He's completely spun around. That start from Baz though, really not on. Seemed to really bog down there at the start, didn't he?
Yep. Yeah, and that's the effect it can have. He's lost 4 places from pole position.
Yeah, Damie snapped up that spot. Again, we saw them fighting for pole before they even started the race. Damie's had it right away. Needs the field round here as we come down into that tricky turn 10. Again, Zander getting a good start as well. Managed to jump Nicky.
Yeah, he's actually gone up 2 places,
yeah.
Zander.
Yeah, really good. Guido as well, making good of it, while other people are struggling there. He's up 2 places as well. Boy, one of the other losers there. He's down 1 place at the start so far. Further back though. Sorry, Adrian.
I was just going to say, yeah, it's only Guido that's got past Boy.
Yeah. Other than that though, still Devere. Both McLarens actually making up good places so far. Nishay Mahadwa Singh's up 4 places and his teammate Sildevit up 5. They run 9 and 10th at the moment.
Yeah, collectively up 9 places in the first lap.
That's not bad. Nishay taking the fight to Ari Kopp there, still holding his P8.
So Baz battling with Guido, his former teammate from last season. He's made the place up into turn 1.
Very nice. So already getting that start, making moves now.
Boy as well past Guido, perhaps.
Yeah. Ooh. Nice and fair between those two.
Not very much grip on the inside of turn 3 there.
No, there isn't, no. As we saw with Vettel in the real race, spinning it round as fast. Just mentioning Baz's comeback as we see it now start to unfold. It's so hard, isn't it, to forget mistakes quickly.
Yes.
In racing, and it's so important to do.
And I think Baz excels at doing that, though.
Yeah.
We've seen him come back from the ashes like so many times in previous races. Sort of regardless of the crazy things that might have happened.
Yeah, indeed. Let's look a bit further back. Martin Party Cooper and Miguel Tawney having a bit of a battle here for P12.
Yep.
I think Martin lost a few places there. I think Paul just got past him a moment ago. See, running on the hards at the moment. Here's Paul. Nisha just getting past Ari. Sorry, Adrian.
Yeah, no, sorry. I'm sorry for interrupting. And Nicky, I think, is about to go for the move. Oh, I thought he was going for it into 1. But then I was going to say Sander doing very well on those medium tyres, keeping the current champion at bay.
Yeah, very good. And not losing too much time to Baz. Sorry, Damie up in front. No. But here comes Nicky, as you said. Getting a bit of a wheel nudge there, but nothing too bad. No damage inflicted, so carry on racing here. Nicky makes it up to P2. I'm seeing Baz come into the back of Ferrari wing mirrors. Yeah, Baz making up some good ground now, isn't he, after that start?
Yeah. Yeah, it's I wouldn't even call it a recovery drive. It's I think this is classic Baz at the minute.
It's almost like you felt happier being a bit further back.
Gives him something to do.
Yeah. Maybe it was all on purpose.
Maybe. Guido Urshan and Boyd Williamson just battling away at around turn 12, both on the medium tyres. Guido defending into 14.
Yeah, it's on board with Boy now. He chases Guido down. DRS, of course, enabled now.
Guido's going to run out of DRS very soon.
Oh yeah, just look at 13% against the 50 on a Boy at the moment. Be a fairly straightforward move. Again, turn 1, not easy. If Guido keeps around the outside, and he has, he'll have the inside into 2. Oh, that was close. Boy keeping the place though, takes P5. Tricky move to get done there, isn't it? Around the outside of 2.
Yeah. Just behind them, both McLarens have passed Ari Kopp. They're now 8th and 9th.
Very nice, making up ground very quickly. Ari Kopp has disconnected. Hopefully he can get back in his car. Keep racing here. And the two Red Bulls now 6th and 7th, back where they were at the start here. Marcel Droning looks to maybe make a move here on Guido. Got the DRS. Paul Quarry gets past RA's car there as he's disconnected. You lose so much time, don't you, as if you disconnect from this?
Yeah, you do.
The AI.
The AI is only set on 40, and that's to try and prevent drivers from using the AI to their advantage.
Yeah. Absolutely. His teammate now, Martin Party-Cooper, gets past him. Mark Stappers will be lining up pretty shortly for another pass. How are Nisha's time? I don't know if you can see it. How are they looking against Marcel's up in front? Are they closing up?
Not really. Still is a tenth slower than Damie's time actually. Who's leading the race? Nisha Mahadra he's doing 35.0 on that last lap. To be fair, 35.8 from Marcel Dronig on that last lap ahead of him. So he's catching the drivers immediately ahead of him, but not necessarily the drivers further ahead. Purple first sector from Baz.
Yeah, I think he seemed to lose a bit of time there at the end of sector, or sort of the middle of sector 2 really, because he was only 7/10 behind Zander in front, almost a second now. Don't know how sector 2 looked for him.
3/10 slower than Sander.
And what do you give the lifespan of the soft tyres round here?
I'd give it sort of between 12 and 15 laps, or we got yellow flag for babies. That is Miguel Torn, who's gone off track at turn 8, is that?
Yeah, turn 8. Hairpin there. Unfortunately, he loses a lot of time there to John Donkel. Still the bit though, making the pass on his teammate. Turn 1.
Yeah, and frequently communicating with each other, these two drivers here, so he would not have taken Nisho by surprise by any means.
Yep. Nice overhead shot there of those two, running 3 sets of 1, that's cool. 2 McLarens. Chasing down the 2 Red Bulls up in front.
Nicky Visser passed Sander Herman, sorry, did we grab that?
Nope. I had no idea.
Sorry about that.
No, that's alright.
Oh yeah, no, we did get it. Of course we got it, didn't we? On about 2 laps ago, when Nicky went very late on the break into 3.
Yeah.
And sorry, I had a bit of a moment there. I was like,
what?
What happened?
As they're getting ever closer to Zander. Be it slowly but surely, but you're half a second behind.
Yeah. Not great exit from Baz there. I think he needed a better one there.
Amy going on there, maybe break the toe on Nicky.
Race leader Amy Hartman just at 34.5 dead. The drivers behind him are all setting 34 ones or 34 zeros. That's Nicky Visser, Sander Hermans, and Baz Den Brain.
Okay. Doing just enough at the moment to keep them at bay, even if it is just a 10th. So far we're both wrong on the safety car coming out. Lap 1 for you, lap 6 for me.
I'm pleased. I'm pleased.
Yeah, no, it's good. 15 runners. Still, I don't know if Ari's got back in his car yet or not.
He has, yes. He joined. He has, okay. Rejoined on the previous lap.
I've still got a legit 15 runners. Always good.
15 actual people.
Indeed. No robots. Donko, I think, was making the move on him. I think John has pitted at some point. He's now 5 lap old hard tyres.
He has, yep. Quite right.
That pays off for him.
The hard tyres won't go to the end from when he's pitted unless a safety car comes out. That will help him massively.
Yeah. That's a long time. That's 50 laps, isn't it? Plus to go on them.
Oh, Baz ran the outside of Sander Hermans.
Oh, nice.
Oh, no, he doesn't quite make
defends.
it. With these... Sorry to interrupt there again. I was just going to say, with these these top 4 drivers, you have to kind of say it's a little. Was there contact there?
No, there wasn't. It's so close. Hence my little squeezy Jesus.
Ooh. But yeah, you have to say it's the kind of advantage Sander. He's the only one of those front 4 on the medium tyre, and he's keeping up the pace with those front runners.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Indeed, holding off the soft runner of Baz, who's no slouch.
No, absolutely not.
So yeah, good stuff from Zander. See what he does when he gets on some softs at some point in this race.
He literally has champions all around him.
Yeah.
Damien Hartman for season 5, Nicky Visser for season 6, and Dembrain 5-time constructors.
Yeah. Racing with some big players. Doing a good job of it as well. Go further back, Sildervik closing up on Guido Urshan in the Red Bull. Only 4 tenths between those two as we come onto the start-finish straight.
Oh, Baz is going for it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, up the inside. Zander hold it around the outside. Not this time. Baz keeps it. That's P3. And still
late
also
on.
makes it past Guido.
Oh, nice.
So, a nice blue and orange sandwich going on now.
Yeah, Baz very late in on the break into turn 1, and that's what clinched it pretty much.
Yeah. Gotta be
Purple
done.
first sector as well.
Nice. It begins to show some of his true pace now. He's got some clean air.
He's also got the slight advantage of having his teammate ahead of the car, ahead of him.
Indeed, so they can sort of play into each other's hands here.
Not that I'm, insinuating that Damien is deliberately holding up Nicky for Baz to pass, but just having your teammate there can often be enough to allow you time to catch.
Yeah,
whether
absolutely.
They're doing it consciously or subconsciously.
I'm not even sure if I want to hold somebody up though. As Nicky, as Pitt's here.
Yep.
A bit of an early stop, you would say, would you, for the soft tyre?
Yeah, reasonably, but then that is definitely strategical.
Yeah, onto the hards.
He is on the hards. I genuinely thought he was going to be onto the mediums.
No, so 47 laps to do now.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, he should be. He should be okay.
That leaves a Alfa Romeo 1-2 again, albeit reversed from the start. So I don't know, still in this mix here. It's less than a second off off Baz.
Yeah, doing exceptionally well. Oh, then Boyd almost lost it at turn 7, where we saw him slide around in qualifying.
Around swimming pool. The boy maybe not feeling 100% confident in the setup of the car maybe tonight.
Yeah, possibly. Boy does tend to suffer slightly with knocks to confidence when something happens either in qualifying or in the race itself. It seems like, from my point of view anyway, it seems like it sits with him longer than it does some other drivers.
Yeah. Tricky thing to shake though, isn't it? A little knock.
Yeah.
And Baz now coming into the pit. Sorry, Adrian.
No, it's okay.
Change over his tyres. He's going to go for the hard tyre as well, looks like. Matching Nicky. No, sorry, he's got the medium tyres on.
No, it was the hard. I saw it did go. It went from hard to medium to back to hard.
Yeah, I saw them put mediums on and take hards off, even though he had softs on. Magic. Nicky crucially getting out just in front of Baz. How these two compare.
Yeah. So these two are going to be racing each other for the duration of this this race. They'll be racing on track. See, I think if I was Baz in that position, I would have deliberately gone for a different strategy, so that I didn't have to have too much on-track battling.
Yeah.
But then he may not have known what tyre Nicky had actually gone on to.
No.
In fact, he won't have known because he'd have dropped a few races behind.
Yeah. Miguel Torney annoyingly getting a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane there, which I think is going to serve here before his stop, which is going to at least make things a bit easier for him. So he puts on some hard tyres.
Still a bit as well. 3-second penalty for multiple warnings.
Yeah.
He's currently running 5th. Where was that cut? Corner cut.
I think that was 13.
That was 13. Yeah. Damie's in the pit as well. What's he gone
Marcel
to?
Droning's coming in too. Damie on the hard tyre. And he was running the soft, wasn't he? So everyone seems to be going for that soft to hard so far anyway. Well, Marcel going onto the medium though.
Yep. also on the medium, and two other drivers we know definitely won't be doing the soft to hard is the two Ferraris, Sander Hermans
Yeah,
and Boy
indeed.
Williamson.
You'd think that'd be the medium soft, is that? Or no, it
Medium
can't be that.
soft, yeah, medium soft is actually doable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's risky. Oh, sorry, we've got a spinner.
Oh, is that Miguel Tawney? Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be a VSC maybe. Safety car's out. No, safety car because he's left some debris there.
Yep.
His front wing's knocked off. Probably could have been done with the VSC there, but safety car nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna help Baz and Nicky, won't it? In terms of longevity of their tyres now.
Yes, this is what they want really. It's what all the hard runners do want.
Alright, Cop dives into the pits now. He's going on for another set of mediums. New front wing. Soft, sorry. It showed mediums, then it went to softs.
No, it did, yeah.
This damn game.
You just have to wait.
Stop playing around. So Zander now coming into the pits.
Oh, he's got a penalty as well. 5 seconds penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
That's interesting because I wonder if who was it? Was it Miguel Tawney that got it previously? He actually served it on that stop. But I wonder if he had one previous to that speeding in the pit lane.
I do wonder.
Yeah, because Zander, of course, didn't set it there. He just stopped and goed. So
yeah.
Damien Hartman though will be P2 behind him. Another penalty for Miguel Tawney. He can't get that pit entry right. Let's see if he serves it here.
Is he picked up a 5-second penalty for on his way in to serve his 5-second penalty?
I'm not being sorry to go off topic there a bit, but the team weren't even ready for him. I've not seen that before in game, but honestly, he was in the pit box and they were running out to come and service him. They weren't even there. Not to mention they double stacked, so Paul's having a really crap time of it at the moment. He's still waiting. They haven't even moved. Come on, Mercedes! Got another car waiting. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
It's chaos in the pits with the safety car coming out. Here on lap, I think that was 11, wasn't it? 5 laps to it.
It was. See Mercedes sort of mucking about in the pit lane reminds me of a particular race.
Yeah, no, it does.
minute long pit stop or whatever it was.
Yeah, exactly a minute. Unbelievable. Let's have a look at our position changes here so far. So Zander Herman's up 3 places. He leads the way behind the safety car at the moment. Damien Hartman is still where he started, P2. Nicky Visser as well, P3. Baz Bahrain so far the big loser, but still on for being the big winner. He's of course on the hard tyre to the end now, so potentially could be in with a chance of taking this one home. He's P4. Boy Williamson, where he started in P5, still a bit up 9 places. As we expected, making up ground pretty quick there. He's P6. Marcel Droning is P7, where he started. Guido Urshan is out of place by 2 positions. He's down 2 in 8th. Michel Aldersing as well, the other McLaren, making up 4 places from the start. So good effort from him so far too. He's 9th. Martin Parley Cooper for Williams, also up 4 places. He's P10. Mark Stappers is down 2 places in 11th. Don Donkel as well, down 2 in 12th. Paul Correa is down 1 place in 13th. Ari Kopp down 6. Again, that's just the effect of him having disconnected there. Lost a lot of time. And again, knocked his front wing at some point. So again, that didn't help. He's 14th. Miguel Tawney really struggling with that pit entry at the moment. He's P15, 4 places down from his starting position. So you've got to wonder, has he got about 10 seconds of penalties to add on to his race time here, do you think, Miguel?
Yes, I think he has.
He definitely served something in the pits, that first stop he made. He's definitely stopped for a bit. So everyone, I think, now behind the safety car, so we'd assume it's in this lap. I think a safety car restart as the leader is more nerve-wracking than a pole position start.
Oh yeah, yeah. I definitely agree. Well, not that I've ever been in that position.
No.
But yeah.
I mean, I've only ever been in it offline, in not in ever in a league race, but yeah, it's knowing how to catch them out and get away quicker. I mean, in my mind, it would always be about backing them up loads, and then as they're all kind of breaking behind you, then just floor it.
Yeah.
And hope
that's
that
it.
you catch them out.
Yeah, that exactly. Took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Just got to try and catch them out as best you can.
Then again, you see a lot of the time it works where you're kind of just cruising along, and then you floor it. You don't even brake, but you just cruise along because everyone kind of gets into that slow rhythm, and then all of a sudden you just go, and that seems to work as well. So there's kind of different ways you can.
He just hit the back of Paul Carey. Looks like
Paul's got the penalty for it. Paul got a 5-second penalty there.
I think Paul's got the penalty only because Ari is retired.
Yeah, that's unfair, but there we go. Zander now unwinding the car. Damie, though, has not been caught napping this time round. He's got right on the back of him and he's gaining. Now, Nicky Visser, though, has been caught out. Falling back a tad there from the leaders. Further back, see if there's any more changes to get going again here. All looks fairly calm and collected.
Yep. And again, just going back to these front four now, you have to say once more it is advantage Sander because he's now on the softer tyre.
Yeah.
He's on a softer tyre than the three behind him. And he's leading this pack, so he was equaling their times when he was on a harder tyre than they were on.
Indeed. So
it stands to reason he should be able to pull away.
Indeed. Yeah, you would have thought so. Unless he's like us in a way that he can make a harder tyre go quicker than the softer tyre. We'll see how he goes here, but you would have thought he'll be quicker now. Boy Williamson getting nice and close to Bahrein. Of course, those two on different compounds here as well. So Boy now well and truly, he wasn't quite in this front battle, was he, before, but now brought back into it by the safety car. See how he goes here. We're going to have Nicky, Baz and Boy all within DRS range of each other. Down this start-finish straight. Boy looking really good now. See what he can do. Obviously DRS, sorry, not being active yet. Thinking better of it at the moment. Oh no, Baz has hit Nicky.
Yep.
Baz a little tap with Nicky, lost an end plate there. I think it was just the end plate. View of that. Yeah, it looks just like an end plate. It's the other aero pieces there, so minor damage. Still would be enough. Now with a harder tyre, you've got to think Baz is a sitting duck now. Boy, oh, nice switch back there from Boy. Very nice move.
On the corner, he lost control previously. Yeah, you've got to say, I mean, we were saying maybe that knocked his confidence a bit. I think you can... Oh, no! Baz has hit him again! I don't know if you saw that, Adrian. I did, yeah. That'd be the lack of downforce.
Yeah.
It just lifted the front end of the car, and yeah, it's just caught him unawares. And he's pressed the brake too late, or he's pressed the brake in his normal braking point, and the car just hasn't stopped.
Yeah, so that definitely is red. I thought for sure red left front now. Yeah. And you can see that now running really wide through 12. That's letting all these cars past. I'm still not going to count Baz out of this though, because as we've said before, it generally comes from way back to still podiums.
Oh, it's ridiculous what he's done in the past.
So anyway, he'll have to pit this lap for sure. Let's see what Tari goes on to. Get the tyre detail up actually here so we can see what he changes on to.
Marcel Droning's just passed his teammate Guido Urshan for P6.
Oh yeah.
2 Red Bulls switched over, and John Donkel's passed Parda Cooper.
Oh, very good. So John Donker coming back nicely then, because he was P14, I think, earlier on.
Yeah.
Running the hard tyres, so changed his strategy under the safety car.
Mhm.
Running well now. Little midfield battle going on here. Yeah, I wonder if I don't know if you can get any rear end damage to the car.
You can't.
Besides
no,
punctures.
No, that's the only thing you get: punctures and ERS failure.
Right.
DRS failure. Sorry.
So Boy will be fairly okay then. Besides that little knock.
Yeah.
Niche now getting very close to Guido. Tricky places past, isn't it? Turn 11.
Yes.
Then up through 12 and into 13. Not the easiest spots to make a move.
And 12's difficult when you've got another car ahead of you.
Yeah.
'Cause you really need that downforce to just stick that car to the track.
And you've got Paul Quarry looking to make a move. Oh, getting really close to Martin Party Cooper in front of him there. Whacks up the DRS open. So's Martin got it as well.
Niche's past Guido up the start
Yeah,
and finish.
and John Donkel's out of the piece.
Well. Big dive bomb there from Paul Correa. Just clipped the inside wheel of Party Cooper into one.
Oh, blimey, did that throw Martin off a bit, did it? Because he seems to have pulled a massive gap on him already.
Yeah.
Very good stuff. The midfield really hot at the moment.
Yeah, plenty of action.
Yeah, certainly. Isha now right on the back of the other Red Bull now, Marcel Droning. McLaren's really making up some good ground tonight, looking really strong.
Yeah, they are. They're on fire at the moment.
Yeah.
To be honest. Both drivers setting personal best actually that lap.
Very nice.
Debris, meanwhile, P13 now. He's on the medium tyres, as you said earlier on. Purple in the first sector. Expect this to be purple all round.
Very good. Bit of spacing out now at the front end of the fields.
Yep.
As expected, Osander now starting to pull away on the softer compounds. Medium tyre. Damien Hartman just looking generally quicker than Nicky at the moment, isn't he, on the same tyre? Sorry, Boy passing Sil. Sil de Witt looking to pass Boy.
Yeah, yeah. Sil actually got past Boy at 1, but then lost it at 2 because he was so. It was actually on the outside of 1.
Oh, okay.
Going onto the inside of 2 and just didn't have the traction on that part of the track. But yeah, good battle between those two.
Indeed.
Debris and fastest lap.
Yep, 132.2. And Niche also really closing up on Marcel Droning now in the Red Bull. Oh, running a bit wide there. Don't want to get the gravel there, Niche.
Sil de Witt, who, as I said, set his personal best lap on that last one, a 33.1. He was the fastest man on track until Baz then Brian's 32.2 on medium tyres.
Wow. That's good stuff. Let's see here then, Sil de Witt, right on the back of Boy Williamson. Keep behind him, Sil. Wait for the DRS. Boy getting a really nice exit there out of 15. DRS now then, nice amount of ERS in the car too, so this should be fairly easy. Comes down into 1. See how it goes. Oh boy, just gets that he gets that turn 1 so right. Just keep don't lose it, Sil. Oh no, that's gonna really put him off now. So easily done that turn 2, man, there's just no grip.
Yeah, I know that all too well.
Yeah, you certainly do.
Absolutely hate turn 2 on this track.
Boy though just has the measure of that turn 1 and 2 though, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Managed to brake perfectly alongside him, if not a bit later. Gets the car around the outside of 1 for the inside of 2. Great stuff. That brings Nisha now, who's now past Marcel Droning, by the way. He comes back into the fight with his teammate.
Yeah, despite the little the hiccups, yeah, both McLaren drivers looking just so strong at this race.
Yeah.
Nisha starting 13th and still right at the back in P15. Yeah, to fight their way up to 5th and 6th after a pit stop as well. Both of them.
Absolutely.
Very, very good.
Everyone now having stopped. Miguel Tawney 3 times. John Donkel and Baz Brain twice. Everyone else has done 1 stop. But yeah, as we mentioned earlier, collectively the McLarens have now made up 17 positions.
Can you have team of the day?
Yeah, you might have to have one. Bring it in. I think right now McLaren are going for it, that's for sure.
Paul Cray passed Guido Urshan into turn 1. Didn't see the move itself.
No, I didn't. No. Guido, one of the ones looking to go right to the end of this race, though.
Yes.
Along with Nicky and Damie front. Paul getting a bit deep there into turn 10.
Yeah, it's quite a big lockup. I'm sure I just saw a rear tyre lockup.
Yeah, it's definitely some smoke coming out of it. Speaking of smoke coming out of it, I have yet to see an engine failure in one of these sessions. I don't know, can you get an engine failure?
It's theoretically possible, but you've really got to absolutely destroy the engine, just over rev it all the time, and just really wear it out. Because these engines can, in theory, last for 6 races without failure. And obviously, you get a new one.
Sorry,
Paul Cray's
gone round into the tyre wall there. There's some debris on track, but well, not really on track. We'll see if the safety car gets called out. Looks to be okay.
Baz will be hoping for that safety car. He'll be doing his little safety car dance, or the safety dance even. In the car.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, I think unlike Miguel Tawney that went around earlier, at the safety car.
Yes, I think it was. Yeah.
Unlike that time, Miguel was stopped on. Come out.
Yeah.
Get it back going quite quickly. Is the reason we haven't got a safety car at the moment?
Well, you know, I mean, we try and put some logic to the reasons that the safety car comes out, but who really knows?
No. It's anyone's guess.
Oh, Paul looking very slippery on his exit out of the pit, just around turn 1.
Didn't manage to see that myself. On board with him now. See how he looks here through next corners.
Driver number 67, Correa. Very much like Josh Diggles.
Indeed. Yeah, sharing the same number. Looking forward to getting my 27 back for 2020, that's for sure.
Hashtag RIP Hulkenberg.
Yeah. Yeah, shame to see him go, really.
How long do you think I've got to wait for my number 4 back?
What, Norris? I think I think you've got a while.
Well, I've just turned 35. Do you think I'll have it back before I'm 50?
Yeah, I would have thought so. We'll see how this year goes for Lando. I don't know who McLaren have got in their backups. Anyone?
Answers on a postcard. Do people still do that? Really, I'm showing my age there.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. Laughing to make you feel happy, comfortable about that one. The battle's still going on here. Call, Marcel joining, Nisha Habbasing, Dix at the moment. See down this start-finish straight. Don can make it up on Marcel. So close, these three at the moment. Here we go then. Yeah, nice and easy. And Nisha up next for John Donkle. John making a nice comeback drive so far from back of the field earlier on.
Yeah, it's yeah. What's he up to now? P7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's shook off whatever the issue was from earlier.
Yeah, indeed. Very nice. If Anisha can hold him off though, obviously the two on the same tyre, but no, John was a bit younger. Nicky Visser now sub 1 second from Damien Hartman. Damien takes a really funny line down the start-finish straight. He just hugs the pit wall.
Yeah,
I wonder if he's trying to read the little marker board that they're putting out for him.
It could be. He might be just high-fiving all the.
Yeah, as he goes past. Hey guys, I'm P2. That'd be one hell of a high five. That would bloody hurt.
Sorry, John's just up to P6. Just past Mahadra's thing in turn 1. I think
it back though.
Yep.
Go on, Nisha. Keeps it around the outside. Nice move.
Good attempt. Yeah. That's actually the first place that Mahadra Singh has lost in this race so far.
Yeah, he's only gained so far, hasn't he, really?
Yeah.
Making only half a second off the back of Damien Hartman. Van der Herman, though, still controlling the race up the front, 4 seconds ahead of Damie. Damie got a bit more ERS than Nicky has at the moment. No doubt have DRS though as we come down the start finish straight. See what you can do in turn 1. Damie got a really good exit out of turn 15 there. Just managed to keep the gap at 3/4 of a second. Yellow in sector 3. Is that Nisha Mahad was seeing? Yeah, Nisha's gone off. Where's that? Turn 14 he's gone round.
Oh, sorry, I was just having a sneezing fit. Yeah.
Oh, bless you, bless you, bless you. Mark Stapper's now benefiting from that. Oh, that's a real shame for Nisha, looking so strong until a mistake there, and Mark Stapper's capitalising on that one and gets past. Nisha fighting back here into turn 4.
Yeah, it's a big shame that, yeah, as we said, he was doing so well.
Yeah. Got that power down a bit too soon out of 14 and lost the back ends.
I don't know about you, Dan, but sometimes my mentality does change slightly just shortly after I've been overtaken.
Yeah. It's often not long after that I almost crash.
Yeah.
Almost always that's it, game over. This is the exact reason I don't have position markers on my UI. I turn it all off.
Yeah.
I never know where I am except if I look at my steering wheel. And that's purely because otherwise that way I don't try and floor it every lap.
Yeah.
I just race wherever I see on track, and then at the end I know where I finish.
Yeah, no, that's pretty logical.
Yeah.
Stappers is looking very sort of uncomfortable where he is at the moment. He doesn't really seem to have his lines right, and it could be the tyres, although they're only 13 laps old. But yeah, Niche certainly eyeing up the move.
Yeah, certainly want that one back, that's for sure. I think I thought Mark might be coming in the pits there, but staying out. See what Niche can do into one. Probably gonna wait this one out. No. Oh yeah, no, he is gonna wait it. Good idea, I think. Nicky just falling back a bit from Damien now, isn't he? 1 second. The gap. Behind them though, Martin Party Cooper looking to get in on the action. Try and get that extra point on the board for Williams. We'll get their account opened for season 7. So far 0 points on the board. Trying to work out the current standings in my head at the moment. I can't do it.
Yeah, don't try.
Help! Stats, help me! Stats! I choose you!
Leave that one with me then.
Yeah. Yeah, because who was second? It's the Red Bulls, isn't it? So I think Haas are definitely looking good to still maintain first with Nicky's current position.
So Haas will be on 41.
Alfa Romeo are on 18, aren't they? But
sorry. My thing just bumped wheels with Stappers into one.
No damage. Yeah, I did catch that. Yeah, no damage, luckily. But that's let Martin Party Cooper really close up now on Niche Mahadwasi. And Niche leaves the door wide open for Martin. Takes that place, says thank you.
Yeah, really caught napping there.
I don't know if he hasn't got any damage that I can see, unless the game's just not showing us, but I would have thought he could have had that one. That's Williams into the points for the first time this season. Again though, but in the current state of affairs, that's enough to get them up, off the ground. I mean, Mercedes got points. Yeah, they have. They've got 8, haven't they? So it's not quite.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, great.
Enough to topple those guys. Thinking there's no one here there's no team now that won't have points after tonight's race. I don't think.
That is
right?
correct.
Yeah,
that is
they
right.
all have points now.
Yep. The only teams that didn't have points were Williams, Renault, Toro Rosso, and McLaren.
And the Racing Point, of course, because no one drives for them yet.
Niche is now in the pit.
Yeah. Oh, he has got the new front wing on, so he must have had damage then.
Yeah.
That would probably explain turn 4, but I definitely didn't see any.
Didn't look like there was.
He comes out on hard tyres now, going to the ends.
Yeah, it'll be easy to get these hard tyres to do half the race, so he can probably push these quite hard.
Yeah, can push the hard tyres quite hard. Nicky Visser now recloses up to Damien Hartman in front. See if he can get that exit right. Sets himself up nicely for DRS overtake here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. ERS has got more than Damie. And steady on, boys. Damie a bit late to defend there, I think, but
yeah, a little bit.
Nicky was going for the inside.
Yeah, I would. Probably a bit more than a little bit.
Yeah. Still a bit getting another penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Not ideal. They're making those soft tyres go long. Those 17 laps. Definitely for Sildervit, but Nicky takes the place.
Yeah, that was at the same place where he overtook him earlier on in the race.
Yep. Move there from Nicky.
Oh no, apologies. He overtook Sander Herman at that point.
Previously, that was where it was Damien was leading, wasn't he? I think at that point.
Yeah, that's right. That, of course, is a battle for position. I know it's all for position anyway, but they're on the same strategy, so that is really significant.
You got to say, so far, I mean, commentators curse, touch wood, but fairly clean as far as DNFs goes. Only one non-finisher in 30 laps, so. Oh, was Baz gets a bit out of shape there through 10.
Yeah, and that one DNF was during the safety car.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, what was it, at this point in the UK race, there was, what, 6 retirements, if not more?
Yeah, 6. 5 on the first 2 laps.
Yeah.
Myself included.
Even though you weren't ever hit by a car.
No. Oh, Damie's going for it at the same place. Oh, that's really deep there.
Oh no, that's that Nicky go down then.
Yeah.
That is a tricky corner to stick on the outside though, is turn 4.
Well, he went up the inside.
Oh,
he
right, okay.
Went up the inside, but Nicky was kind of already on the inside. He went up the inside of the inside.
Right.
And just, I think he just must have driven over some marbles that were lying on that bit, because I saw when he pressed the brake and it didn't really seem to slow down at all.
Right. A little bit also on the hard tyre, so going to the end for him too.
So it's soft hard for Steele.
Yeah, interesting.
He could have done the medium. Medium would have quite comfortably done. I'd say comfortably. It would have done 26 laps.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting choice, especially considering the likelihood of a safety car too. Would have thought just go with the softer compound, and if safety car comes out, great. If not, it still works anyway. But we're not driving the car. What do we know?
No, exactly. It's very easy to comment on what the drivers are doing, and I suppose that's what we're here to do, anyway, isn't it? Pardew in the pit. Baz Brian has just gone up to 10th place.
Indeed.
Sildervit is next target.
What do you think the rough lifespan of the medium tyre is?
Sort of 25 laps, really. 24 to 28, I would say, but I wouldn't really want to do 28 on them. Yeah.
Realistically, then, you've got to say the likes of Mark Stappers, Marcel Droning, John Donkor, Boy Williamson, and our leaders, Arne Hermans, have got to stop again.
Yes.
But then I guess Baz has got to as well, so I'm not sure how it's looking for him anymore.
Well, Baz needs a safety car. There's no two ways about that. In regards to Sander, though, Sander has only used the medium tyres so far anyway, so even if they could last, he'd have to pit again.
Yeah. Boy now closing up on Damie. Those are hard tyres, not quite working so well for him, but then I guess that's expected because Boy's on the medium tyre anyway.
I think it's going to be quite an interesting battle for the win come the end of this race, or in the last 10 laps of this race, when Sander does come in for the soft tyres, and Nicky will be on approximately 40 lap old hard tyres, or 38 lap old hard tyres.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's and Sander will be roughly 10 seconds or so behind him, so he'll have a job to make that gap up, but he'll be on much better tyres to be able to do it.
Yeah, indeed.
De Bruyne's past Seal. Oh, not. It's not convincing though.
He gets it done in the end.
Seal's teammate Hudson just passed Parda Cooper as well at turn 1.
Very nice. Let's climb right back through the order now then. Still some good results here on the cards for McLaren, given the amount of pit stops people have got to make in front of them.
Yep.
They've just pitted. Again, both for hard tyres when they didn't really need to, you would have thought, but...
Pretty much all those medium runners ahead of him will have to pit, as you rightly said.
Yeah. And it's all about how close they are, though, of course, to those guys. I mean, Niche might not benefit much from it at the moment.
Dronig's in now.
Oh, yeah.
He's done 22 on those mediums.
I think Seal will get past him. Yep. See now. I think Niche will. Still coming around sector 2 now. Oh, still getting a bit slippery out of turn 1 there.
Yeah, I just saw that. Boy Williamson and Damie Hartman, currently P4 and 3, have just set exactly the same lap time on that last lap.
Very good.
Exactly, to the 1000th.
Nice.
Incidentally, it was Boy's fastest lap of the race so far, but it was not Damie's.
Right. Yeah, I mean, Damie was running a soft tyre earlier, wasn't he? So.
Yeah.
Again, doing as usual though, high five in the pit lane as he goes past. Oh, I thought Boy might have a look there into one, but thought better of it. A bit far back, I think, today. Yeah.
Boy doesn't necessarily. Well, I say he doesn't need to get past. He does need to get past, and he needs to put a little bit of a gap between him and Damie before he pits in. But if he doesn't, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Sorry, Stapper's in the pit as well now. So Baz now up to P7. Still the fastest man on the track is Baz.
Indeed. And like you say, yeah, making his way up the field now, slowly but surely. Mark Stappers though pits for medium tyres. That was off the back of mediums, wasn't it? So he's done medium.
Yep.
What did he start on? The soft?
Yep. Baz currently 41.3 seconds behind the race leader.
Yeah, so a bit of work to do. Actually, he's got another pit stop on the cards too. I mean, I guess he could try and force him to the end, couldn't he? Be tricky.
He can. I mean, there would be, 80-85% won by that point.
Yeah. Puncher zone.
And not only that, he'll be losing sort of 2.5-3 seconds a lap in the last 5 or 6 laps of that period as well.
Yeah.
Sander Hermans, while he is 5 seconds ahead of Nicky, he doesn't seem to be getting very much further away. He's been roughly that far ahead of him for some time now.
Sort of plateaued a bit now, hasn't it, really? Nicky just coming up to lap Miguel Torney.
Yeah, using the. Oh no, he didn't get ERS then. DRS.
No. Now the gap actually starting to fall down a bit now, isn't it? 4.5 seconds.
To
Zander. Again though, the hard tyre is sort of in its element. Those mediums are almost on the way out, aren't they?
Yeah.
Pit stop time, I think, pretty soon. I think the gap could be a bit more than 10 seconds, couldn't it? Don't know who that yellow flag is for. Sector 3.
I think that's just for Miguel Torney slowing down to let them past. Yeah, I mean, the medium runners will want to get to around lap 40 if they can before they do come in.
Yeah.
If they're going to go onto the soft tyre.
Feels like a life away, even though it's 3 laps.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. It's very difficult to manage your tyres while you're trying to, you know, or not necessarily even overtake, but just set fast laps.
Oh, sorry, Martin. Parley Cooper's got out turn 12. He's clear of the circuit, but he is crashed. This is the same place as RE Cop went off. See if this virtual safety car has been deployed.
It's not going to help Baz, really.
No. 4-1, wouldn't he?
Yep. So that's the first victim then of turn 12. It claimed quite a few drivers Tuesday.
Yeah, I think RA Cop went off there under the safety car, didn't he, though? Was it turn 12?
Yep. It was turn 12, but it wasn't because of turn 12.
No. No, he hit the back of someone, didn't he?
Yeah.
The back of Paul Quarry, I think.
Oh, Sanders in the pit as well under this VSC, and Nicky's in the pit.
Oh, interesting. Okay, and so's Boy as well.
And Boy,
double stacking. This could be interesting from the Ferraris. See how they get on.
Oh, that's ruined Boy's chances here.
Nicky's back out, ahead of Zander, crucially.
Yeah, Sanders on the soft tyre.
As his Boy. Nicky going for the medium as well. I think the medium probably is a better tyre, to be honest.
Yeah.
19 laps to go.
Well, I'm not so sure.
I think close to the end it'll be quicker though, won't it, than the soft? Do you not think?
It will be, but I think that you can make more of a gap in this period.
Yeah.
In these next 10 laps, you could to counter the deficit.
Yeah, good point. See how these boys get on with it.
Personally, yeah, I mean, if I was Nicky, I would have stayed out there. It came in right at the end of the VSC. I appreciate what he was trying to do, and you know, and just basically take it as a free pit stop. It didn't quite work like that. I think it might have benefited Sanders slightly more.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because now Nicky's got to stay ahead of a driver on softer tyres. Which he can do, but we saw Sanders stay ahead of Nicky on harder tyres. Earlier on. That were the same age.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Zander might get it down into turn 1. He'll have DRS.
Yeah, Nicky's actually not defending too hard. It's only on mode 3.
Yeah. He wants that DRS up to turn 4, I would have thought. Stick with it.
Yeah, so Nicky's going to... so he basically... I wouldn't say he let him pass, but he doesn't mind him passing because he's now going to use Zander as to sort of pull him along.
Yeah.
Not just with his slipstream, but yeah, like you said, with the DRS as well.
Yeah, let's turn around this track. Built some space to Boy, who got caught out Oh, well, not caught out, just got screwed over by Ferrari, basically.
Yep.
That's the way Ferrari works, though.
I think the one who's benefited most from these pit stops is Damie.
Yeah. I mean, got a massive gap now, and his hard tyres will go right to the end, won't they? So,
Yeah.
certainly looking good for the victory.
Yes, Sander needs to be setting fastest laps now, and he's purple in 1 and 2, so he's on target to do it.
Yeah. So what's the fastest at the moment?
32.
132.
32.2 by Baz.
Yeah.
Sander's own best is a 32.8 so far, and that's a
30.4.
30.4. There you go.
Blimey.
To put that in perspective, Nicky just set his fastest lap of the race at 32.1, which would have been fastest lap.
Yeah, unfortunately not this time. Very nice.
So that's 1.7 seconds gained on Nicky, and he's probably going to do that for, say, the next 8 or 9 laps.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that sort of 15 or 16 second gap cushion, it will be enough to be ahead of him come the end of the race.
Yeah, I think you're right.
When he's managing the tyres. But having said that, I think Damie, although actually Damie set a 33.1 on that lap, so I think Sander can still win this.
Yeah, do you think?
Yep. Depending on what Sander's lap times are like for these next 8 laps, that's what's going to win or lose him the race.
Yeah, I agree. Be interesting to see what Boy can come up with though, because I think he's just a bit too far behind Nicky to really offset that pace deficit that he'll get towards the end of this race. Don't know what you think.
Yeah, I think Boy's going to be frustrated a bit with that double stacking. Because it lost him about 5 or 6 seconds through no fault of his own. And I'm just seeing what the gap is. It's 8 seconds to Nicky. Boy's lap time. Boy's lap time on that one was 31.5. Nicky was a 31.7. So.
Yeah,
he's just hasn't got that same pace that we saw from Sander.
Yeah, he's not really closing down very quickly on Nicky. It's only a couple of tenths a lap at the moment. Guido has come into the pits. He's coming out on another set of mediums.
He may not have softs.
Yeah, I was just going to say, he might not have any. As his teammate now passes him. P8. Niche now back into the points for McLaren.
Good stuff. Both of them in the points.
Yeah. What they'll want. That'll be a good... Sorry, Adrian.
No, go on. No, you first.
Just saying that that'd be a good to close up the McLaren onto the Red Bull.
Yeah.
Only one driver so far from Red Bull finishing in the points.
I was just going to say Baz Brian up to P5, although he has probably got to stop again. More than probably.
Yeah. Yeah, he will, won't he? Another couple of laps on these and then onto some softs, I would have thought.
He and Sildervit behind him, who's on hard tyres, 11 laps old. Nicky Visser a 10th faster than Sander Hermans on that last lap. It's another personal best from Nicky, a 31.7.
Yeah.
It was a 31.8 from Sander.
Very good stuff. And not quite pulling out as quickly as we thought he would.
No. He's gone all guns blazing for that first one. Backed off a bit for the second. Did a fairly quick third lap after this pit stop, but yeah, that last one, he's come off the throttle a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems to be the case. See Nisha getting on the back of Mark Stappers now as well for P9.
Nice.
Guido's in that fight too, actually. The Red Bull, P11, only half a second off. A three-way fight for P9 now then at the moment.
Yeah, just while you're staying on them for a moment, Damien Hartman, who's leading the race on 31 lap old hard tyres, has just set his personal best lap.
Very nice.
32.0.
Wow. Still got some time in there then. Yeah, Damien looking really strong, isn't he, up front?
Yeah.
15 seconds still to Simon, who's been flying on those softs. Nisha falling a bit back off of Mark through sector 2. He's invulnerable to Guido now. Come on the back straight. Oh, Nisha's coming in the pits. Interesting enough, I don't know if he's got damage again.
I expect he must have with his times only 14 laps old. They can easily go to the end.
It looks like he's got some mediums lined up. Could be softs though, you never know with this game. No, it is mediums. That's gonna hurt McLaren in terms of points now. No front wing change either, so I'm not quite sure why you need to do that.
No. Damien's in the pit.
Oh. Okay.
So race leader in the pit. He was 15 seconds ahead of Sander.
So what's he covering off then? Maybe he was covering off from Zander? Potentially towards the end, but I would have thought he was quite safe, to be honest.
Yeah, I would have thought he was. He might not have been aware of how the gap was coming down or not coming down.
Who did he call to win this race?
Baz.
Did I call Zander?
You did, yeah.
Yes. Come on, my boy. Just checking. I thought I said Sil. Lovely stuff.
Boy, Williamson's just passed Damie. Turn 3, I think that was.
Oh, okay. I thought they were coming out behind him.
No.
Okay, cool. Interesting. So, I wonder, we've seen a couple of pit stops tonight where the team don't seem to be ready for them. Does it make a difference? I know obviously you can make the call to the team saying box this lap. If you don't do that and just drive in, will they not be ready for you?
Yeah, that is a thing.
Right, okay. Maybe that's why we've seen the odd slow stop.
You don't have to box this lap if it is your scheduled stop. Yeah.
Amy looking to almost come back, but they'll have it through. Don't mind, I would have thought.
Should do. Boy, really off track there.
Boy taking the scenic route through turn 15. Damien says, I'll have that. Burt. Fairly straightforward there. Back up into P3. Well, still. Oh, sorry, Baz has come into the pit. Maybe for a fastest lap, perhaps?
No, Baz had to come in anyway because those tyres had done 28 laps. So we knew they weren't going to make it. He's only got to do 12 now on these softs. So he can go all guns blazing. I expect him to take the fastest lap.
Yeah.
Although it's a purple sector 1 for Damien Hartman.
Very good.
As his teammate. Yeah, I can't help but feel Damien's perhaps gifted the win.
Out.
Still's out. No.
Where's he crashed? I don't know if this could be safety car. Yeah, it is. Safety car's out.
Yeah, it's a full safety car. So this is...
oh,
man.
12 laps to go. And could this bring everyone in the pits? Just go guns blazing. Off to the end.
I was about to say, before Steele's crash, I was just about to say... I wonder if Damien's just gifted the win to either Sander or to Nicky by pitting unnecessarily.
Yeah.
But then I think this safety car has kind of saved him slightly. And Nicky's just got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Come on, Zana, get out in front of him. So Zana comes out behind Amy.
This is, it's his advantage to Amy again, I think.
Yeah, it is, yeah, absolutely. Like the older softs, only one race lap on them, I think. So fairly even ground for Zana and Amy now. And you called it earlier on, Adrian. You said it might be a fight to the end for this win. I think it's going to be.
Drivers, yeah, they have to account for safety cars because they will happen.
Yeah. So yeah, everyone coming in now.
Baz in the pit as well. Why was Baz in the pit? He'd only just come in.
I have no idea. What's going on? He's coming up for another set of softs.
Yeah. Was it I can't. It didn't let me see the front of the car.
No, he didn't change the wing. It was too quick.
Yeah, why did he didn't need to do that?
Maybe he just wanted the freshest possible tyres, I don't know. I think Guido did pit, didn't he? But he had to put on some 5-lap old mediums, did he?
Yes. Did he?
I think he... I don't know. Marcel definitely stopped. Marcel Droning definitely stopped. But I don't know if Guido did.
Yeah, I can't confirm either way, unfortunately.
No worries.
Oh no, he did not. He did not.
Okay.
I mean.
So I guess one. Well, we'll see. Actually, could it be in this lap? Normally tells you sector 2, doesn't it? If it's going in.
Yeah, the start of sector 3 is.
Okay. See then. Nope. So one more lap, I think, because Miguel got on the back of the queue just. Oh, sorry, no, the queue's not formed yet. I'm thinking Miguel's at the end, but he's just in the middle of the pack.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, we're quite a way off. Got Paul Quarry still in sector 1, so. Bit of a ways to go before we get this queue all made up. So, looking through the order now, Damien Hartman leading the way for Alfa Romeo. Sander Herman and Boy Williamson are P2 and P3 for Ferrari. John Donkel's P4 for Toro Rosso. Marcel Joning for Red Bulls P5. Baz Dembray P6 for Alfa Romeo. Nishay Mahadwasing P7.
Sorry, Dan. Nicky's come in the pit
again.
Oh,
yeah. He has. Mark Stapper's P8 then. Nicky Visser now P9. Guido Urshan has now stopped the soft tyres. He's P10. Paul Quarry's 11 and Miguel Torney still yet to pass the site of Sill's crash by the looks of it, but we're doing that now. P13 will be P12, of course. That should change in just a second. There you go, P12. And this is, of course, F1 tonight, Netherlands! Race 2, the Bahrain Grand Prix of Season 7.
Can I just
10 laps to go.
Can I just ask the viewers to just give a round of applause for that?
What, that quick intermission to just announce what we were doing?
That was amazing.
Your commentators are Dan Hazzah, Burt, and Adrian Statchrick.
Brilliant.
I would think that. Like a quick shout out is almost like having like a Jaeger bomb. Gets everything going.
Wakes everyone up.
Yeah. 10 laps to go. Couple of 10 laps, I think.
Just before the safety car restart, yeah, whenever Eddie shouts, "This is F1 tonight," my dad's watching the stream. He sort of jumps out of his chair. Oh, what's happened?
Yeah, I mean, that, I'll be honest, that was Eddie inspired. Wow, the safety car, what? It just decided to dart in the pit now? That gave him no time to get ready. Right, there we go, we're off. We're off again. Davey leads away. Sander Herman getting much time to think about the restart, but still out.
So 10-lap showdown then.
Yeah, absolutely. Be a good one. Maybe they're looking pretty strong at the moment. 1 second now the gap after that restart.
Nicky just made up 2 places at turn 1 and 2 respectively.
Very good. I'm still seeing him as P9. I don't say. Did he make up any places or? Is that because did he pass Miguel?
Unless they got past and he just got repassed.
Oh.
I thought he was 11.
Probably make his place up in a minute anyway. Won't be long.
You remember Baz and Brian was 41 seconds behind the race leader?
Yep.
He's now 5.
Yeah. The joys of a safety car. Yeah, I think that's definitely, like you said, what he was waiting for. Yeah, Sync Nation's coming in. That's Callum White from the F1 Tonight UK side of the league saying, amazing! This is going to be an insane last 10 laps. I think you're right. Going to be good for sure. Baz going purple in Sector 3 there.
Yeah, we got Sander purple in Sector 2 as well. A few contenders, lots of contenders for fastest lap in this last phase.
Yeah. We'll get it though. I think it. You think it'll be Baz?
Yeah.
Come on, Zander.
Baz has gone past Dronig for P5 now.
Yeah. That into turn 5 was it, or was that through turn 4? Into turn 5, nice.
Yeah, into 5.
Easy place to pass. Don Donkel up next for Baz.
Again, a former teammate. They both drove for, I think it was Renault in season 4. Season 5, sorry.
Right. Zander dropping back from Damien now, 2 seconds the gap. Pretty stable between the two Ferraris though. It's been about sort of half a second to a second since we restarted.
Damien's going to go fastest. 29.916. Oh, 915 on screen, 916 on my telemetry.
Which one's more accurate?
I don't know. To be perfectly honest, probably the game, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I think Damien would want to say the game just to get that extra 1,000th off you. Well, Zander got 4/10 there. Can't be biased, but I've said I want him to. I've said he'll win, so he needs to win. Come on, Zander.
My money's still on Denbrian.
Yeah. I wouldn't take it or put it past him.
Nicky Visser, I think, is going to pass Mahendra Singh. Perhaps not into. Oh, he might. No, perhaps not into 11. I blame that little spasm, whatever it was, on the eggnog and lamb I had earlier on.
Eggnog?
Eggnog, yep, saved over from Christmas.
What? How has it not gone off? It's 3 months ago.
Oh, it keeps for ages.
That does it? It's got eggs in it.
Yep.
Lovely.
It's not.
It's such a fancy some eggnog. Oh, yeah, under the mistletoe.
Goes well with a bit of pumpernickel.
Oh yeah, I bet it does. It's just pumpernickel and eggnog. Oh, this looks interesting for Nicky. Oh,
that's Freeway.
Oh, look at Nishay.
I think Nishay Nito just passed Dronig off track, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he did. Daniel Ricciardo style there. I don't know who just gained on who there. It was all over the place. I think Marcel felt violated. He's getting cars passing all over him.
I think he passed Mahadra's thing, but then Visser passed them both. So Droning's effectively gone nowhere.
Yeah. Good move from Nicky there then.
Sander Hermans is really fighting to
here we go.
Take the win. He's gone purple in the first sector. It's a very good second sector, not his best. Actually, 10th slower than Damie. But yeah, the first sector he gained 6/10 on him.
Yeah. Well, he's closing up on Donker as well. Addy. Be the move. Gets to the inside of turn 1. Will John hold him around the outside? Oh, yeah, he's going to try it. Oh, not quite.
That was a good move from Boy.
Yeah, really nice.
Really, really good, that. Confident.
Yeah. Got to be, haven't you, around turn 1 and 2, I think.
You've got to be confident, and you've got to trust the driver that you're racing against as well.
I think he did. He left quite a bit of room there through 2. He was quite wide. I think he left the space to race as well as make the move done. So nice stuff. See there.
Two drivers at the front are both sort of struggling for power at the moment. That battery power.
Right. Yeah. Not much in the tank for Zander. A bit more in Damie's car. Oh, Damie getting a bit wide there. Zander getting a bit of line through turn 11.
Deary me.
6/10. Gordon Bennett. Oh, dearie me! Golly gosh, old bean. Here we go. Half a second. DRS. Enabled. Damie high five in the pit crew as he goes past again. We're going to win this one, guys. Thanks, guys. That's fun. Oh, look how close this is. Really heating up now.
Baz as well involved. Still only 5 seconds behind the leader.
Yeah. Here we go then. Sander Herman, can he get around the outside? Not yet. Damie Hartman. Up the front. These two fighting for the win.
John Donker's done so well though. Started P10, then he didn't even go participate in Q3. Crashed out in 2.
No, yeah.
And yeah, here he is in P4.
Yeah, haven't we done the race rundown yet? I think we've been too occupied by this sudden last 10-lap race we've got on our hands.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Just quickly looking through the runners and riders. Obviously, Damien Hartman at the front capitalised on his poor teammate start and led the race for the beginning. Was still in the top 3 after his first pit stop, and now back at the front after that safety car stop. And now looking to try and win this race. Been a good evening for him, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. Yeah, he's probably one of the very few drivers that's really done absolutely nothing wrong at all. And that's why he's leading. I think he would have preferred no safety car, of course.
Yeah.
Well, no. Having said that,
he stopped anyway, didn't he?
He just stopped. So actually, I think it's benefited him.
Oh, John getting past Boy.
Oh.
So we'll touch on him in a second, but before that, Zander Herman is the man chasing for the win here. Up 2 places from 4th where he started. A good race from him so far.
Yeah.
He hasn't really put a foot wrong.
No. I mean, the only thing that normally lets Zander down is his internet connection, and touchwood, it's been absolutely rock solid, as has he in his performance. So, yeah, when the two things work together, this is what we get.
Absolutely, yeah, good performance all round. And yeah, the man we were just touching on there, John Donkel, up 7 places. Boy just maybe coming back at him now, but up to P3. Just passing Boy there. Boy's, I think, is going to fight him back for it now. Might lose it. But it's still a great race so far from John. He's running about P14 at one point after a front wing change.
Yeah, that's right. That's why he actually had a really bad exit out of I think that was turn 10.
Yeah.
Which is how Boy got past. But yeah, but besides that, yeah, he's had an absolutely phenomenal drive, battling for a podium here. He's got to be my contender for driver of the day.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think I would agree on that.
Oh, Baz is right next to him though.
Oh, now here comes Baz as well. Mixing up all the order guys, trying to run through the drivers here. Oh, don't hit each other. Oh, Christ. Someone got sandwiched there between Baz Denbray and Boy Williamson, didn't he, John?
Yep.
Oh, now he's just hemorrhaging the place. That's a real shame. John. But we had Baz there, up to P3, like you said. Won't be surprised if he won this. He's P3. Again, started on pole, had that poor start, and then it's had a... I don't actually think he lost a bit of end plate, didn't he? And then I think he had a bit of red left front wing after contact with Boy, I think, wasn't it?
It was Nicky Visser.
Nicky.
Yeah, he as I said, lost an end plate and then locked up into turn 10 with the lack of downforce.
Yeah.
And just ploughed straight into the back of Nicky, and caused the wing to almost come completely off.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I mean, we said it then.
Safety car play into his hands and back up to P3.
You can never, ever, ever rule him out. No matter what happens to Baz, he always finds his way back to the podium.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I've seen it so many times, and it still surprises me even now.
Yeah. How does he do it? It's magic. Oh no! Sorry, just looking up the front, and Zander Herman's just hit the back of Damien Hartman there.
Oh no!
I think that's checkmate. Now damaged front wing. Now that's out of race contention now.
Was that just an overzealous move?
Yeah, he could tell he was going for the inside and broke a bit too late. So in order to avoid going up the inside and hitting Damie, he switched back, but it was a bit too late, and he clipped the back end of Damie's car as he went past.
Right.
And switched back to the outside. But yeah, next driver was Boy Williamson. He's been at a good race, consistent race. Been sort of around that P4, P3 area most of the Grand Prix, hasn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, nonetheless, been still racing in that podium spot. It's been a good drive from him so far tonight. One place up from P5.
Yeah, it's been impressive, especially given the sort of slightly questionable qualifying session that he had. He lost a bit of control. He got frustrated. Saw him throwing the wheel around immediately after he invalidated, or after he lost time. But yeah, he's managed to sort of piece it all back together, and here he is in P4, even though both Ferraris double stacked as well. Yeah,
indeed. Just our next guy who we're going to talk about, Nicky, just looking to make a bit of a pass on him there, but wasn't able to get past him yet. Obviously lost 2 places from the start so far. Going to probably come back at Boy now. See if he can make it around the outside. Yeah, I think it's a fairly straightforward move for him there into turn 1.
Oh, and Boy's hit him.
Boy's hit him. Lost an end plate there.
The teammates last season, of course, these two, and the season before that, twice. So yeah, I mean, they know exactly how the other one drives.
Yeah.
But yeah,
forgotten that now. They've changed teams. But yeah, I mean, Nicky looked really good all race, but then made a pit stop. I guess he didn't really have to, and kind of put him back down the order a bit further than he wanted to be.
Yeah, I'd like to find out a bit more about the reasoning behind that, because besides that, he's had pretty much an absolutely flawless race. Yeah,
he has. Touching on the other drivers, obviously we always talk about John. Nisha Mahad was saying again for McLaren, back up into the points now after the safety car. Unfortunately, sealed a bit, having retired. So McLaren not quite getting the points where they would have wanted, but Nishi's driven a great race.
Yeah.
Up from the back of the grid, up to P6. Sorry, I'm going to have to go back up to the front before we finish with the rest of the drivers, because Damien Hartman's now come around the final corner, turn 15, to cross the finish line and give his team yet another high five for the win. Damien Hartman wins the Bahrain Grand Prix for F1 tonight, Netherlands, season 7, round 2. The drive, sir.
It's round 2 and it's a 1-2.
Yeah, very nice. After penalties. I think that was after penalties, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, Kazander was up P2. So great stuff. Baz Dembray P2. A 1-2 for Alfa Romeo. And Nicky Visser P3, so yeah, ends up back on the podium. Backing stuff. Zander Herman P4 then. John Donkel P5. Boy Williamson's P6. Oh, I'm just watching all the carnage unfold back at the back of the grid. My God. About 4 cars have crashed out. And Marcel joining P7 then. I'll go through the rest of the drivers once we get the final standings up. Podium. Well done Alfa Romeo. Congratulations on their 1-2. Good performance all weekend, really, hasn't it been for them?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, 1-2 in quali and 1-2 in the race.
Yeah,
it's phenomenal. And that's the thing. It just those stats alone do not tell the story of this race at all.
No. No, you think it'd be just domination all the way through, but it hasn't been.
No, absolutely not. Driver of the day, Dan?
See, I wanted to say John Donkel. But I don't know if I want to say John Donkel anymore. only because it wasn't his fault.
It wasn't.
I don't think. I think let's go with John Donkel if you're happy with that.
Okay.
Or do you want to
No. We'll go with John. I was going to give it to Baz.
Oh yeah, no.
John.
Oh no. Oh no. Yeah. Okay. Well, can they share it?
No.
Because equally, Baz has also driven very well. Yeah. Definitely on with that one. So as I was saying before the chaos at the end, Marcel joining P7, Emma Hadwissing P8, P9 in for Guido Urshan, and Paul Corey is P10. Mark Stappers P11, Miguel Torney P12, Sildavit P13, oh sorry, didn't finish. Martin Pilacuba the same, and Ari Kopp also didn't finish. There are our runners and riders for the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Just to clarify, John Donkel, driver of the day. All right. just to clear anything up.
I hate this screen.
I was actually going to give it to John just before those last.
Yeah.
Like you said, it was not his fault at all. He just got completely sandwiched, and he's P5 instead of P3. But
yeah, unfortunately, he's deserved of that.
Mm-hmm.
So there we go. The Bahrain Grand Prix is finished, and a 1-2 for Alfa Romeo. Damien Hartman wins the race. Dramatic one at that. And John Donkel, driver of the day. We will be back next week, of course, next Thursday, which will be a date I can't say, the 12th of March for round 3 of the Chinese Grand Prix. And as Adi said last week, we will be going there regardless of any viruses that are going round. So we will be there next week on Thursday the 15th, round 3 of season 7, F1 Tonight Netherlands. And tune in next Tuesday for the F1 Tonight UK race. They'll be at China for the 2 with Eddie and Sil on commentary as per usual. But anything for you to add, Adrian?
No, not really. Other than Hazzah, and thank you, and thank you as always, Dan, for your assistance for these streams, because I absolutely could not do it without you. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Yay! That's always nice to hear at the end of the stream. I've still got a job left. No, but right back at you, sir. It's not possible without you in the same way at me. know, we work. We come as a pair. You can't split us up.
No, absolutely not.
But I think that's it from us. So it's a good night from me and a big Hazzah.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.